All right, welcome back to the George Poulos podcast, baby. It is a beautiful early April spring Friday, and it's about 1 p.m. today. Not when usually I've been recording these in the morning, but this morning I had an amazing client session where we worked on somebody's business. It was beautiful. And then I taught meditation at noon, and now here I am. I'm cooking lunch, just chickpeas and rice. There are no vegetables in my refrigerator. So just chickpeas and rice for lunch today. And then at 2 o'clock, I'm hopping on a call with my mentor. And I have a question to ask him that I'm going to start unpacking in this episode. I'm going to close this window. Be right back. So, okay. I've been feeling this tremendous pull towards simplicity. And if you're tapped into this podcast, you will have heard this theme before when I talked about canceling my Adobe subscription. Okay, so I canceled Premiere and Photoshop. I don't have those programs anymore. I can't edit my videos because that cancellation came because I realized what I'm really doing here is about expression and teaching and guiding and mentorship, and it's not this content creator thing anymore, right? And so that thread of leaning into deeper simplicity is continuing. And it's kind of frightening in a way. Okay, so I feel like it's not totally clear yet, and I'm waiting for clarity. But I feel like I might be soon tipping over into just a big letting go of the way that I have been using social media. I'm not claiming this right now. I feel something on the precipice, like a big letting go to the point of like, I'm going to potentially have to grieve that old way of doing things. Because I've been this social media creator on every platform for the longest time, posting all this content. Today, as this pull towards simplicity has been occurring, and this is not just social media, by the way. I have been getting rid of so much shit in this apartment, selling it, throwing it away, leaving it on the curb. I've just been my food diet, like rice and chickpeas, guys. My diet has been simplifying. My mind diet has been simplifying. I'm not consuming much at all. I'm becoming more of a minimalist in terms of the objects that I own. I'm going to be downsizing apartments in August. Right? You know, I'm a fan of the Marie Kondo clean out. So there's been this general trend of simplification. I canceled the editing programs. My content has become this raw expression format. Check on these chickpeas. Okay, guys, so this is all just unfolding, and I'm seeing like a new layer of it coming on, and I'm like, I've mentioned this before. I'm like, okay, it seems like the real value that I have to provide this world, where I'm the deepest in my mission and my purpose, it's on live community group calls. It's on live client calls. It's in these face-to-face environments, teaching meditation, coaching, mentoring, whatever you want to call it. This feels like where life is pulling me. So then I've been confused about the content. And I've been confused about the role of the content. Now, I've shared this very clear and concise idea before. This was a big breakthrough in itself, which is that the purpose of social media is to shine your light so you can find the right people, so you can invite them into having a deeper experience with you. That was a big breakthrough for me, where I realized social media is not the be all end all. But now what I'm realizing, and I've shared this before, I'm like, I'm sharing the same exact insight on TikTok and Instagram and Substack and podcast and on my community calls. Is this potentially more complicated than it needs to be? Is kind of the hit that I'm feeling lately. Like, what would happen if I just kind of streamlined that? Like, could it be much more simple and much more intimate? Is kind of what I'm kind of having this vision where it's just the expression is just very simple and streamlined and unified. This actually came up on my client call today. Like, a lot of people have this addiction to overcomplicating things because we think like, oh, to create a business, to succeed, it has to be really complicated, right? Like there must be all these pieces I have to move around. I must have to get on all these content platforms and post all this content and do this crazy complicated thing with my funnel. But if you really look at what's happening, it's just like, that's all just complicated chaos. Underneath it is I'm a person communicating to people, and the right people who want to are welcome to join my stuff. It's as simple as that. It's my community. It's a community. Okay, so this Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Substack, podcast, YouTube. Underneath all of that is just I'm sharing a message, and I've got a community of people who are resonating with this message and growing along a similar path. So does there need to be so much complication? Okay, and I've been seeing this trend of simplicity. I've even like when I do like my budget spreadsheet, I change the font to Times New Roman. I'm like, why is it looking all fancy? Let me just make it Times New Roman. And I noticed I stopped using Notion. It felt too complicated. I just started doing literally Word documents. Same with I just listed 2 digital products, my reading list and my foundational practices for creative freedom. I had been trying to turn these things into these complex courses for the longest time. And then I realized that I could just put I can put all the information that is needed on one document page, and then it's all there. Why am I doing this crazy, insane course in school? And let me check on my rice. Hang on. Yeah, that's all ready, but I want to finish this. Where this thought of like, oh my God, it could be really, really simple came in is I was thinking about, so kind of one of the main things I'm doing right now is my free community calls once a week. So I do the freedom call on Wednesdays and I do the meditation on Fridays. And I host that on School. School is a software and it's cool. Don't get me wrong. There's a calendar feature. All the people can gather there. They can post, they can comment on each other's stuff. That's cool. But what I realized is I'm like, okay, I've got a YouTube community. I've got a podcast community. I've got an Instagram community. I've got a Substack newsletter. I've got the school community. There's a part of my brain where I'm like, oh yeah, that's fine. It's very, very simple. But then there's another part of my brain where I'm like, dude, I don't even need school. I could put a spreadsheet of the emails and email them with BCC with the Zoom link every week. And that could be the newsletter as well. So I'm giving you a specific visual of how simple my business could actually look to show you that at the root of this kind of business, a soul-led spiritual business, it's very, very simple. It's just communicating your message with people and inviting them into your containers and spaces and offerings. So I'm like, oh my God, how much of this complication can I let go of? And you know what's interesting? It's like, it feels parallel to letting go of all the crappy junk food I used to buy all the time. It feels parallel to letting go of constantly buying stuff that I didn't need and having all this junk in my apartment. When you get rid of that clutter, things become really, really clear, and you can direct your energy instead of managing all that clutter. You can direct it in a really powerful way. So this is what I'm feeling, and I'm like, oh my God, am I being called to like drastically simplify my social media strategy and the way that I do my entire business? That's what it feels like. And again, I'm just on the precipice. I've been going all through all sorts of breakthroughs this week. This is just the new one that's coming in today. I've already shared a lot. I went through some deep inner work stuff, inner child stuff earlier this week that I've shared on my 100 other social media platforms. And here I am expressing this insight on this one. and I'll probably, until I really sort this out, I'll probably end up expressing the same idea on 10 platforms. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm like, ooh, could I potentially get rid of the junk food? Maybe I don't need to use every social media platform. I need to eat this rice off the spoon right now. So, and this simplification process actually began when I finally consolidated my multiple Instagram accounts and my multiple YouTube channels, right? That streamlined energy created a lot of power. Now I'm like, oh my God. I didn't expect it to collapse and simplify even more. And I don't know what exactly that is going to look like if it does keep trending this way, but I'm just sharing what I'm witnessing happening, okay? And I'm going to be getting advice and reflections from people I trust in a minute here. And I'll share what I find and what I continue to do. But this is a fascinating development. Yeah, it's really interesting because at the beginning of Creative Freedom, I really thought it was like all about this expression on social media. And then I've just been having realization after realization that like, no, it's actually not you actually don't need followers. You actually don't need to blow up in the algorithm. You just need to communicate with people. And it seems like this realization is having more layers to it that are unfolding. Because again, it really is just about people. Just about people. Social media is a tool to reach people. I don't think it needs to be so complicated. Especially when you're getting into oh, I just like connected to the piece. It was a good meditation that we did today. We did a meditation on the breath. Yeah, check this out. Hopefully you could see that. It'll be nice to go play outside after this. I am gonna film some videos for my side hustle after that mentorship call. Then I'll be fully done for the weekend. But I was gonna say on a business and money thing, especially when we're talking about like a high ticket mentorship business, you don't need that many people. You really just need, and forget the business. And when we talk about serving people and starting community, you don't need a bajillion people, guys. It's so fulfilling and impactful for the world to have 5 people on a Zoom call doing deep work, or hell, just one-on-one. Deep impact, deep impact. You don't need a bajillion people. I think me thinking I needed a bajillion people, as I've shared before, it really came from an inner wound and trying to fill that wound by having more and more people watch my videos and amass more and more subscribers. And of course, that's a futile effort. So, wow. The pull to simplicity, okay? That's the episode. I got to eat this food and get ready for my next call. I love you all deeply. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Bye.